Hello and welcome to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be taking a look at the upcoming Rue Valley demo that's coming out. This is by Owlcat Games, who sent me a code, so thanks very, very much to them. I've been looking forward to this one for a while, since I saw its Steam page. This is, I guess, it's almost like its own genre at this point, but it's like a Disco Elysium-alike, but with like a time loop mechanic as well. I don't know a huge amount about the story, but I understand we're sort of playing someone who is having a bit of a tough time mental health wise. You know, they're at a very low ebb, and we've got to help them through it, I think. But let's dive straight in and find out more for ourselves. So I have to define character personality. I've got 9 points to put in, but I think if I put one in on this side, you'll see they disappear from the bottom. But then if I put them back on, so we can be one or the other. We can't be a mix. So resolute, you feel neither. Oh, okay. So this is impulsive or calculated. Are we going to be impatient and reckless, or indecisive and paranoid? As someone who is both impatient and indecisive, I would guess if I had to sum up, say, my personality, I probably would be a bit more slow to make decisions, I suppose. You know, maybe try and overthink things a bit much. So I'll put a couple of points into. Can we make that resolute change? No. So resolute is kind of the middle thing. You feel neither calculated nor impulsive, but alert and confident. Okay, so if I put 1, you wouldn't really call yourself calculated. You just prefer to think before you act. That seems fair. Yes, you're somewhat calculated. But what's wrong with finding patterns and recognizing connections? You know, you're pretty calculated. You're often overthinking stuff and are generally very cautious. That might be me. Overthinking and too cautious. So okay, let's go with that. I've got a bunch more here. So we've got introverted or extroverted. At the moment, we're neither. Are we nosy and arrogant, or awkward and secretive? Again, I'm quite unusual in that I would say that I'm quite introverted generally, but in like a group situation, I can become quite extrovert. Which it's a weird dichotomy, I know, but I think a lot of people are neither one thing nor the other. You know, maybe they're situationally they change a bit. What if I just put 1 in extroverted? As barely extroverted person, you have no problem with spending time alone, but sharing the highs and lows of life with someone is always preferable. That does sound like me, to be fair. But what if I put another 1 in? Somewhat extroverted, you often actively seek ways to prolong conversation more than strictly necessary. Well, that's not necessarily true of me. I'll keep 1 there. I'm not necessarily trying to make myself, but maybe a character I kind of relate to a bit. You know, now we've got the opportunity to go all out on one of these bars now. So we've got sensitive or indifferent. We're mindful at the moment, but so if I was to put someone here, you're not that sensitive, not afraid of embracing emotion, somewhat sensitive, empathize easily. Being quite a sensitive person, you see life as a struggle. As a highly sensitive person, you recognize life for what it is, a constant roller coaster of joy and suffering, and your experience mostly suffering and dramatic. If I told you you're hypersensitive, you'd surely burst into tears, and for a good reason. It's the most horrible curse, and there's no one to blame for it but yourself. I don't feel that's necessarily true of me. I guess perhaps we don't have to use all of these. Is the thing, I suppose. It's like quite a sensitive person. You see life as a struggle, especially when they tell you to just chill. That does sound a bit like me. I'm gonna go for guilt-ridden. Oh, it does say I have to put all of these in. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we make him a bit of an introvert then? So we'll go awkward. Quite introverted. Still enjoy being in crowds sometimes too. Could be considered a crowd. Actually, yeah. Okay, let's go with that. And he's a sensitive introvert who's maybe a bit frozen with by decision paralysis at times. That seems I can work with that. Let's go with that. It's an interesting character creation screen, I think, just sort of making someone's psychological profile in that way.
The frenetic sound coming from a century-old clock nudges you back to the present. The stale air perfects the image of the old motel room.
Okay, so the voiceover does sort of different is a bit different in places to the text. So that might be intentional. Continue.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
The doctor takes off his glasses, freeing his bushy eyebrows. Guilt-ridden. So this is a response that's unique to our sort of psychological makeup. I'm terribly sorry, my mind wandered off. Yeah, go on, let's do that. Let's be guilt-ridden.
No worries, Mr.
Okay,
Harrow.
so our character's not
I'm
voiced.
aware that you may be experiencing a slight lack of motivation right now.
Slight lack of motivation. More like total lack of motivation.
Or maybe we have an internal monologue. Okay.
You'd rather stay in bed all day instead of attending this joke of a therapy in the middle of nowhere.
I'm just trying to work out which things I should voice myself.
And we'll surely be coming back to this condition of yours later during our sessions. But for now, I just want you to acknowledge its existence and try to stay aware of it at all times, if possible.
The silence befalls the room. A muffled sound of clanging from the outside only making the moment more uncomfortable.
Both are lies. Try to stay aware of it at all times. I'll try lie.
That's good to hear. Now, in order to keep us focused, I always limit the session length to exactly 1 hour, hence the alarm. However, since this is your first session, I'll allow a few questions, if there's anything.
Is another session really necessary? I was hoping this would be a one-time thing.
Mr. Harrow, your case is not to be overlooked. We need to assess the situation carefully.
Your case. Not so long ago, nobody cared about what you do. Yet now, suddenly, your business is everyone's business.
This first session is more for you to get acquainted with me and my methods. We have a long road ahead of us. Any other questions?
Why do we have to do it here in the middle of nowhere?
It may be hard to understand the need for isolation at first, but my methods require complete divergence from the client's regular way of life, as well as temporary distancing from their social groups and circles. This place is ideal in that regard. However, it's understandable that you need a period of adaptation to both this idea and to your new surroundings. That's also why I haven't asked you to hand over your phone yet. But please don't be alarmed. We'll talk about all of it in due time. Anything else?
Can't you simply state that I'm fine so we can both move on with our lives?
Mr. Harrow, that is out of the question. This is a court-ordered therapy, and both of us could be fined or worse if we don't see it through. And I have my own professional reasons, besides the legal ones. You require help, and I've been designated to provide it. I've never let a client down, and I'm not about to do it now. All right then, that's it for today.
Through the door, you hear that sound again.
You should go and check in at the office. Your room is probably ready by now.
Okay, we're off. Next to you is the source of the clangs you heard from inside. A young woman beating up an old vending machine.
Give me my coffee, you jerk!
So, on our thing, so we got a total lack of motivation. It's not that you don't want to do all sorts of things, it's more that you lack the capacity to even initiate most of them. What is left of you is a creature driven by its basic needs and quirks. Okay, so right click to highlight items I guess we can interact with, and left click to move. Okay, so let's try talking to her. So I've got responses blocked by total lack of motivation. Could she be here for therapy as well? Who knows, but unlike you, she definitely looks like she needs it. Nobody needs to be sent away from their home to this dump, regardless of their mental state. And yet, what is to be done with lunatics like her? Let them rage around freely, yelling and kicking vending machines wherever they go? There must be a better way to help a distressed person. Perhaps you could speak with her, see if you could help somehow. Or is that too much to ask right now? Well, I can't. I'm too unmotivated. All right, so I know there's things up there I can interact with. There's probably the office in that direction as well. Seeing if there's anything further down here I can interact with. Oh, there's a dumpster. Plastic bottles, some empty, others half empty. A partially eaten breakfast, some old clothes, torn and faded, all covered in a mixture of grease and spoiled orange soda. Amid this murky pool, you catch a glimpse of your own face. Smudge the reflection with your hand. Hundreds of tiny ripples form in the puddle, but instead of obscuring your identity, even more details of your face emerge. Decades worth of new wrinkles appear, and the poignant expression of a man lost in time becomes even more apparent. The longer you look, the more you see it, the reflection of your inner self. I don't need to look at this. Ignore the metaphor and just walk away. Okay. We're in denial. Unmotivated and in denial. Rue Valley Motel. Free Wi-Fi, clean rooms, cable TV, and a vending machine. Right. I probably can't go wandering around in the street, but let's go and... Oh, there's something here. It's like a electricity substation or something? Transformer is buzzing softly. Have a look at the ice machine. Wheezes in suffering. Coiled like a sleeping serpent. Let's have a look at the poster before we go into the office. The colours have been bleached by the sun, but you can still make out the image of an orange setting sun, as well as the words Rue Valley written above the illustration. Inspect. The picture is quite detailed, but the colours have been obliterated by the sun, making it impossible to discern the main subject, let alone the finer details. You squint your eyes and try to make sense of the confusing shapes, but everything seems blurred and distorted. However, as you keep looking, you finally start to see a magnificent stage, a ballerina dancing gracefully, a lively group of musicians, and an audience dressed in formal attire. Check out the stage. The stage is adorned with elegant curtains, and a strange chandelier is hanging from the edge of the poster. Inspect the ballerina. A ballerina wearing a tutu stands in the center of the poster, on point, with her arms gracefully extended above her head, almost like she's waving to you. Orchestra? The varnished wood of the violins is reflecting the orange hues of the setting sun. The curved bodies of cellos stand tall and proud, and the trumpet player holds his instrument with arched back, his silhouette reminiscent of a tree struck by lightning. Audience. The men appear to be dressed in tuxedos, the women in elegant evening gowns. They seem to be fixated on the stage, their overly stylized faces seemingly expressing a range of emotions, from awe to excitement. How did a poster for such a highbrow event end up on a wall of a run-down motel in the middle of nowhere? Something's odd here. Re-examine? Is there something else to notice? You step back from the poster, and it suddenly hits you. Heavily damaged letters at the top read, Rue Valley, not Rue Ballet. As you look at the illustration again in disbelief, you start to realize that what you thought was a ballet performance is in fact something completely different. Oh. Stage. The stage is but a desert landscape with orange sand dunes and a rocky mountain range in the background you mistook for the curtains. And the chandelier that you saw is just an embellishment on the poster's border. Ballerina. The ballerina is a group of people huddled together with their hands raised, their movements blurred by the damage to the poster. Orchestra. The musicians are in fact a group of disfigured trees and cacti, their branches angled in a way resembling different instruments. And the audience? The audience is a cluster of inanimate boulders, their shapes distorted to resemble people sitting and making gestures. You shake your head in disbelief, feeling a mixture of confusion and embarrassment. The realization that you've been looking at a distorted and damaged illustration of a desert landscape all this time, instead of a fancy ballet performance, makes you feel like a fool. Indecisive. What does this poster mean? Is it really just a desert landscape? You continue to examine the poster, looking for any other clues or hints, but nothing comes to mind. The more you stare at it, the more you start to doubt your own sanity. I don't want to think about it. Right, that was deeper than I imagined when I clicked on a poster. All the attention of the girl behind the counter is occupied by the ongoing phone call.
Yes? Yes, I'm sure.
she says to the person on the other end of the line. Social check, try to get her attention. Guess I failed. It's best to let her make the first move. She'll soon notice you on her own. End the phone call and ask if she can help you. That's what receptionists are supposed to do. Pretend to look at the leaflets laying on the desk and hope she'll address you eventually. You grab a leaflet and stare through it, mentally preparing for the imminent conversation. You either manage to look like you're really here for the leaflets, or she simply doesn't care. After a few dozen anxiety-filled seconds, you finally realise she's not about to cut her call short just because you happen to show up. Awkward. Move away from the reception desk and stop invading her personal space. We got a
donut sign.
we've got a chair I could sit in. Very old but sturdy chair. Sit down. The chair is not a bed, but let's be honest, it's better than standing. Let's mess with our phone while we wait. The phone bleeps to life with a lock screen that is obviously years old. If it wasn't a collection of pixels, it would be misty with age and neglect. Let's scroll through our feed to kill some time. You start scrolling through stale memes, boring news articles, beach photos of ex-acquaintances, and poorly targeted sponsored posts. In one picture, a grinning middle-aged stranger is apparently showcasing his newest baby. Thanks to a cleverly applied filter, both of them sport donkey ears. In an overly long and arguably racist video, a non-native speaker is repeatedly making embarrassing linguistic errors. They often turn out to be unintentional double entendres. Hilarity ensues. Minutes pass, but the phone call is still not at its end.
Yes. Now, turn right, and then immediately take a slight left.
Back to the phone. Let's play a match of hyper-casual protagonists while you wait. The first wave of tiny bow-tie-wearing antagonists appears on your phone screen. Touch one. You tap the one carrying a golden fork, and he instantly turns into an amorphous purple splotch. A matching splotching sound effect plays at the same time, further confirming that the bow-tie-wearing, golden fork-carrying antagonist is no more. Guess I'm supposed to squash them all. The receptionist is still giving directions over the phone and you're getting restless.
Sounds like you missed the exit.
Let's just sit patiently. She's done, I think. Time goes by and the girl at the reception desk is still talking while she's put the phone down.
I understand. Yes. Bye. Hi. Can I help you? I would have finished the call earlier if I knew you were waiting for me. You're too quiet.
Guilt-ridden. Oh, it's my fault, really.
Apology accepted. Okay, let's get you into your room. So, number 6. That's the last one on the second floor. Everything is prepared for you, and this is your keycard.
Nod and wait for her to put it on the counter.
I see you're confused by this. You were expecting an old-fashioned key, weren't you? Well, we've decided to modernize for a number of reasons.
Awkwardly. Keycards are great. She nods in response, but then continues as if you haven't said anything.
Actually, one reason to be perfectly honest. The guests just kept on losing their keys. It was exhausting. And my uncle didn't like the cost of replacing so many locks.
Guilt-ridden. It's my fault for looking like I'm interested in chatting. Well, being so slow and lethargic certainly adds to the impression of a person with a lot of time to waste. Listening to her story is unbearable, but it's your punishment. While taking a breath between two sentences, she takes a look at your sad face, only to continue.
So yes, we've decided to use electronic keycards. Cost us a lot to implement. But now when a guest loses their key, we only need to replace a piece of programmable plastic. How great is that? It makes my life so much easier.
She takes a deep breath, planning to continue, but a notification sound from her phone interrupts her. She immediately grabs the phone, smiles, and starts typing a message, as if she suddenly forgot she was talking with you.
So, here's your keycard. And I'll need your signature here.
Okay, sign the document.
Thank you. I'm here if you need anything. Enjoy your stay.
All right, bye. Yes, we go. So, second floor, so we want to go over here. Oh, why is he climbing the stairs like that? Like he's ascending a mountain. Everything is very hard work. Alright, let's go in. The paint is peeling from the wood of the door, but number 6 is new, shiny and chrome. Unlock the door with our keycard. Tiny green dot of light shows up near the knob. The door is unlocked. Enter. What do we got? Bunch of stuff. There's a chair. Let's not sit in the chair just yet. We've got our... That just seems to be the bed as a whole, so let's go in the room. Look in the mirror. There are so many dark patches that this can barely be called a mirror. A small cup is on the shelf. Look at the mirror. The mirror's splotches make interesting patterns on your face. They conceal a dark circle here, a mole there, a patch of wrinkles. Guilt-ridden. I've wasted my life so far and now I'm getting old. You're not as old as you look. Half of it is probably just due to poor hydration. You have more than enough time left to waste. Okay, well, I guess we'll leave. We don't need to keep staring in the mirror. This says the chair. I wonder why some things are in orange and some things are white. Maybe some things progress the story. Oh, okay. Maybe this is just look and use. Maybe that's the difference. This armchair looks exactly like the one in Dr. Fink's room. Hundreds of strangers have slept in this bed, leaving behind flakes of dead skin. Still, you can't wait to jump into the sheets and contribute to the collection. Unfortunately, between you and the object of your desire, on the folded sheets lies a dusty suitcase. Your suitcase, the smallest one you own. Okay, so my total lack of motivation means that I can't unpack. I can't deal with this right now. Put it away. Yeah, such a chore, but the more you prolong it, the worse it will get. If you don't unpack now, it'll feel even harder and more pointless to do it later. Step by step, a simple act of unpacking will become an insurmountable burden, and even thinking about it will make you feel weak and powerless. Do you really want to crawl back into that deep, dark pit? Guilt-ridden. I can't go back to that, never. Open the suitcase. There's not much in the suitcase. Spare clothes, phone charger, toothbrush, a couple of other items. You really weren't planning on staying here this long. Sorry, staying here long. Well, you better see if they have laundry facilities. Sessions, Dr. Fink said. Days or weeks. Months even? Decisional check, unpack the suitcase. Indecisive, changed my mind. Let's try a decisional check. Hey, success. You plug in your phone charger above the bedside cabinet, put your spare clothes in the closet, your slippers next to the bed, and your toothbrush in a cup under the bathroom mirror. Now the suitcase has been dealt with, this motel room is officially your home. It'll do. That's the spirit. Alright, so we're packed away. Should we know our toothbrush is in there? Should we brush our teeth and get ready for bed or something? Yeah. Brush teeth. You grab the toothbrush from the cup first. Yeah, oh yeah, I always wet my toothbrush first. Apparently this isn't necessarily something that everybody does. But yeah, definitely, wet toothbrush first. That's how you do it. As soon as you turn on the tap, a horrible smell fills your nostrils. Oh dear. It's like there's a plumbing issue in hell and all that blocked sewage is feeding directly into this faucet. Then you see the water streaming out of the tap. It's a robust shade of jet black mixed with chunks of silt. Yeah, I changed my mind. I'm not touching that water. Let's leave. Maybe we should go and talk to the receptionist. Tell her that our water sucks. There's nothing you care about on the other side. Oh, okay. Maybe the phone? Can I ring her? Oh. Get a bed then, I suppose. Despite the tight sheets and crisp-looking pillow, the bed reeks of dust and age. Crawl into the bed. Boom. Plunk. It creaks and squirms as you crawl into it. You try to make yourself comfortable, but the overly soft mattress swallows you up. As soon as your head touches the rough pillow, though, tiredness overwhelms you. Coming to this nowhere motel to attend therapy you don't need has drained you, both physically and mentally. You're desperate to get some sleep, yet after weeks of wakeful nights, you know it won't come that easy. I think I'm done messing with the phone. Let's just close our eyes and hope sleep's going to come. You don't have a moment to celebrate before your ears are pierced by a ringtone that you swore you would change years ago. Check who's calling. The screen simply reads unknown number. You feel betrayed by your own phone, masking the identity of the mysterious caller. Alright, answer. Probably sales call.
Hello, sir. Am I speaking with Eugene Harrow?
The line crackles heavily as if the man is speaking from the distant past. That's me.
Well, Mr. Harrow, I am so pleased to have finally reached you. My name is Percy Rugger, and I'm a senior sales executive at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy. We'd like to offer our help regarding your case.
Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy.
Well, Mr. Harrow, please don't let the name fool you. We are the most respectable yet cutting-edge agency, which means we work on the edge of, but still inside, the established legal framework. In fact, we are the leader in our field. Now, if my information is correct, you have recently been unjustly forced to participate in a treatment which, in our opinion, may have consequences not aligned with your best interests.
Are you referring to my psychotherapy in Rue Valley?
Mr. Harrow, let me be frank with you. I have no idea where this True Valley of yours is, but we will work together to put an end to this undue response to your, well, unique situation. I mean, we have only known each other for a couple of minutes, and I can already see what a strong-willed individual you are. You know what you want, and nothing will stop you from getting it. So, I presume you're ready for the next step in our cooperation.
Okay, so I'm blocked by indecisive in two ways. Well, do I have to decide right now? This is all happening so suddenly.
I completely understand what you're trying to say, Mr. Harrow. To make things easier for you, I'll simply write down your general consent here and forward your case to my colleagues in our paralegal department. They'll contact you shortly. Well, Mr. Harrow, it was a colossal pleasure talking with you. Tschüss.
Before you have a chance to say anything, the phone line is already dead. But at least now you know you're not the only one who realizes the absurdity of this mandated psychotherapy. Let's close our eyes again. Darkness surrounds you once more, but the images return, flashing quickly, without your consent. A veritable carousel of impressions and experiences. Ooh. Okay, we've actually got 4 things here. There might be more elsewhere, but let's concentrate on these right now. From the blur of half-formed memories and impressions, an image of the receptionist emerges. Okay. You're desperately trying to catch her attention, but she's completely engrossed in the ongoing phone call. Pretend to look at the leaflets. What a pathetic attempt at acting, or were you a bad actor on purpose, hoping she'd take pity on you? Okay. What have we got here? You see yourself standing in your new motel room, holding your phone next to your right ear.
My name is Percy Rugger, and I'm a senior sales executive at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy. We'd like to offer our help regarding your case.
My case? Oh, come on, you know what he's talking about. Fine. I still don't. Out of the swirling images, the bushy eyebrows of your new psychotherapist emerge, bouncing up and down as he talks.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Terribly sorry, I wandered off. Could you repeat that, please? He's boring you. He's so boring you almost fell asleep, and you apologized to him? You have survived the first session with your court-assigned psychotherapist. Despite your effort to act normal, it seems he plans to keep you here for some time. You're such a doormat. The image of the young woman flashes before your mind's eye. She's punching and kicking the old vending machine. Could she be here for therapy as well? Ignore her. It is what it is. You have nothing to say, nothing to do. Just the bare minimum, really. The young woman apparently holds some kind of grudge against the vending machine in the motel's parking lot. As your consciousness keeps spinning around, the carousel of recent experiences turns into a cyclone of painful memories, repressed thoughts, and strange images. What have we got here? You find yourself walking through a desert. Your eyes are fixed on the guide in front of you, and your feet are trying to keep up with their steady pace. But the distance between you keeps growing until the guide becomes merely a dot nearing the horizon. Once you finally admit you can no longer see them, your body collapses onto the cracked earth below. You surrender to the bittersweet feeling of hopelessness and decide, this spot will be your grave, and the sun your executioner. But it will be no swift act of mercy. No, you will be tortured and kept wishing for it all to just end. Okay, I have no motivation to get up. Look up at your headsman. As you gaze at the sun, green and purple after images start appearing on your eyelids every time you blink. And the sun, it keeps staring back at you relentlessly, without the slightest intention of ever moving away from the zenith. While walking through the endless desert, you couldn't keep up with your only guide and accepted a slow, painful death under the merciless desert sun. Okay. You're desperately searching for something in the dark, dusty attic full of broken furniture and random clutter. You don't recall ever being here before, but you know it's the attic of your own house, and every piece of old junk that you stumble upon feels somehow familiar, although you cannot really recognize any of it. Open the chest covered in cobwebs. Inside the chest is a pile of old letters. You can't remember if they're yours, but you know they're not worth reading, without searching behind the books. You carefully move the pile to the side and discover another pile of even older books hiding behind it. While moving the second pile, despite your care, some of the books simply turn to dust, only for a third pile to be revealed of books so ancient you don't dare to even touch them. Look below the mouldy remnants of a sofa. Look underneath the sofa and only darkness meets your eye. Stretch out your arm reluctantly, but find only dust and dead insect shells. Give up. Haven't found what we're looking for in the attic. The figure of your angry father towers over you. He says, frowning at you in disappointment. Guilt-ridden, I'm so sorry for what I've done. The sadness inside you grows a bit more, absorbing one more chunk of yourself. You feel like bursting into tears. Emancipate the cocooned memories. Why bring back old, painful memories? Better to leave them hidden deep inside and forget about them, right? Or are you strong enough to confront them? Old to commit, I guess. Don't have enough willpower. Don't worry, these aren't real memories. But they are the embodiment of my feelings. More like random neural activity in your brain. Best forget about them. They didn't feel random. Could be, but are you strong enough to confront them? Not yet. The sound of a car engine and screeching tires urges you to open your eyes, bringing you back to miserable reality once again. Your head is still spinning in a whirlwind of uncontrollable thoughts. Your nostrils pick up a curious smell of dust, and your throat is as dry as a desert. It was foolish to hope you'd fall asleep. All right, let's get up and find some water. Not from our tap, but there is that vending machine, even though that didn't seem to be working. Raining. Who's that?
God damn it!
You hear the man yell from inside his vehicle. Even through the tinted windshield, you can feel his frustration.
Come on, start, you piece of shit!
Judging by the careless driving you just witnessed, the man is either under the influence or another patient of Dr. Fink's. He seems to be in a hurry. In a hurry to break his neck, perhaps? Come to think of it, could that be exactly what he's trying to do? Well, I'd rather not think about that right now. Right, let's go find something to drink. We'll go back down. I'm going to go into the office and see if I can report my horrible tap water. Whoa! You jump as if someone jabbed you in the stomach. For a split second, the whole world was exploding, but it was just a thunderclap, the loudest one you ever witnessed. At least my reflexes still work. As well as your heart, it's racing from the sudden shock. But there's nothing to use this unwanted excess of adrenaline for, so it keeps lingering, eating you from the inside out while you stand alone and thirsty in the middle of an empty parking lot. Let's go in. She's there this time. The receptionist's eyes are closed and you can hear music blasting from her headphones. She doesn't seem to have noticed you. Let's ring the bell. She opens her eyes and jumps away, startled by your presence.
Mr. Harrow! Sorry. I haven't noticed you. What can I do for you?
I didn't mean to startle you, sorry. I've noticed my calculator thing has it's come down a bit. This is the thing that makes me indecisive, this meter. I did have a third pip there. So that's interesting. Maybe because we've been making decisions? I'm thirsty. Oh yeah, I forgot. Don't drink tap water. You can get a bottle for free at the vending machine instead. Just press the button. Okay, thank you. Bye. Okay, so she's not going to fix it, but she does know there's a problem at least. No problem, Mr. Harrow. Have a nice evening. Alright, free water. That sounds good. It's got a red light on it, though. I wonder if it's working. The battered machine seems to be decades old, except for a newly installed, comically large reddish button. Check the label. It reads, drinking water for the people of Rue Valley, free of charge, courtesy of Coral Destiny. Press the button. With a bang and a clang, the machine vomits out a bottle of water. Take. The almost frozen plastic feels slippery in your sweaty hand. You can't wait to drain it of its precious fluid. Okay, so... Oh, I see, I've got an inventory there. Water bottle. Drink it. Your thirst screams at you to gulp down the whole bottle right now, but there's no need to hurry. Take it one sip at a time. Oh, I've gone back up to a third pip there. Is that because being thirsty meant I was more decisive in terms of getting a drink? Maybe. Ooh. Holy shit, suddenly the night sky turns blood red, and you feel an infinite scream passing through everything. Unbearable anxiety washes over you. Get away. But you can't run away from the whole sky on fire any better than you can from your own past. Anxious apprehension. At least I don't have to face it. Close your eyes. Your eyelids connect and darkness greets you for a mere second, but as always, the carousel of suffering starts spinning immediately. How do I stop? That's easy. Simply stop being you. Oh, look, oh, tell you what, I'm incredibly paranoid now. It's this anxious apprehension, and my sensitivity is up to max. Nobody can stop being themselves.
I see you're confused with this. You were expecting an old-fashioned key, weren't you?
No, I was expecting an answer. But the receptionist disappears, and instead the fiery sky begins burning its way through the darkness, cutting several straight, narrow slits in your closed eyelids. I want this to stop! Squeeze eyelids tighter. Well then, keep craving, keep clinging, keep suffering. I have no choice. Okay, we still have those sort of statuses from that.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Stop the carousel and focus on something else. Surely there's something pleasant to think of instead of this bushy-eyebrowed psychotherapist and this court-mandated therapy. Think of something soothing. We're very worked up. But Dr. Fink only seems to become more real. Mr. Harrow, can you hear me? Yes, sorry.
It's all right. I am aware that you may be experiencing a slight lack of motivation right now, and we'll surely be coming back to this condition of yours.
Okay. Lack of motivation. That's the least of your worries, while your mind is filled with this crushing, overwhelming sense of impending... Wait, did you hear that? A muffled sound of metallic clanging from the outside diverts your frail attention. For some unknown reason, your heartbeat accelerates and cold sweat appears in your armpits.
At all times, if possible.
The doctor finishes, apparently expecting some sort of answer for you. Sure.
That's good to hear. Now, in order to keep us focused, I always limit the session length to exactly 1 hour, hence the alarm. However, since this is your first session...
He stops mid-sentence and gives you a concerned look.
Mr. Harrow, you're shaking. Are you feeling unwell?
Well, you endured the whole session stoically so far, but this one moment of anxiety, it could completely ruin your chances of being sent back home anytime soon. Do an emotional check. Try and act like the stable, well-adjusted person that you are. I guess we're going to fail. Yeah. You open your mouth with the intention of convincing him that you're fine, but the stress is just too high to control and it instantly overwhelms you. Panic, hyperventilate, repeat. Your heart speeds up, your breathing follows, and soon you start feeling dizzy, and then you feel it. Sharp chest pain. Oh no, am I having a heart attack? Yes. This realization makes you panic even more, which further accelerates your breathing.
Easy, Mr. Harrow. You're not having a heart attack or anything similar. Trust me. You are just getting too much oxygen. Let's try breathing through pursed lips as if you are blowing out a candle. This will help.
Yeah, I'm so paranoid I can't do his thing, so... No, he's trying to kill me. I need oxygen. Breathe even faster. God, am I going to die?
Mr. Harrow.
Did I pass out?
Only for a few seconds. No need to worry. Just take it easy. Feeling a little better? Good. May I ask, how is your sleep these days?
Dramatic. So the dramatic is this one on the sensitive tree. I haven't slept in months.
Is that so?
He seems to inspect the dark circles under your eyes.
Then, if you happen to have trouble falling asleep tonight...
He opens his hand, revealing a single purple pill lying on his palm.
There's no reflection in his glasses. Behind them, a pair of bushy eyebrows.
Reach for the pill.
Remember, what I'm giving you is a mild, non-prescription herbal hypnotic drug. Nothing more.
Take the pill.
Hopefully, it'll help you calm down and get some rest tonight. We'll continue tomorrow. All right then. Now, you only need to pick up the key card for your room, and I'll call the reception to make sure everything is in order. Sounds good?
Thanks. I'm interested to see, like, the differences and everything. Oh, we can even use his bathroom, maybe.
The exit is behind you. That's the bathroom.
Can I use it?
Of course.
What's he got? Ooh, it's got a picture or something. The book's cover is dominated by a stunning redhead, her face elegantly made up, her dress tight. Shadows gather all around her, but a gun in her hands shows she's ready for any threat. Not to mention that with that décolletage, she's definitely dressed to kill. Above the woman, the title, Lilith Undercover. Below, the author's name, T.J. Sampson. We're not motivated enough to actually look at it. Ugh, toilet literature. Ignore. Let's look at the mirror and stuff. A terrified and confused man meets your gaze from the other side of the mirror. He looks exactly like you, but somehow doesn't feel like you. What's happening to me? I must have gotten lost in thought for a moment while the doctor was speaking. It couldn't possibly have happened more than a couple of minutes ago, but it feels like an hour has passed since. And then the sound of that old alarm clock awakens you from the daydream you can't remember, and this overwhelming tsunami of dread appears out of nowhere. Okay, let's try and calm ourselves down with a splash of water. As soon as you turn on the tap, a horrible smell fills the room. Oh god, the black water again. Yet somehow this doesn't surprise you. Instead, it's almost like you expected it to happen. Yeah, I'm not going to touch that water. Something fishy about this mirror. Good eye. Could it be that there's a hidden camera behind, secretly recording his patients? Impossible. He wouldn't, or would he? Only one way to find out. Open the cabinet. You carefully open the cabinet door, but there's no sign of a secret camera inside. Instead, you find toothpaste, a roll of toilet paper, and a bottle of whiskey? Read the label. In a purple old-fashioned font it says Numb Night, Sour Mash. The recipe stays the same. 40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof. I'll take a few sips. A strong... Okay, I've gained tipsy. What's that done? It's made me a little less paranoid and sensitive. Oh, and way less introverted. A strong, harsh tasting liquid fills your mouth. After you swallow it, a dark, nutty and salty flavour undertone begins emerging. Leave the bottle, I guess. Okay. Well, we're not taking it. I'll have to get a bottled water for that pill, I think. I'm not drinking the black water. Alright, let's head out.
Refreshed yourself? Feeling a bit better now?
Tipsy, much better.
That's good to hear. See you tomorrow, Mr. Harrow.
Hi. Okay. Let's head back to the receptionist. I'm interested to see how that plays out. For some reason, looking at her makes you even more nervous. Okay. Might be able to talk to her this time. Let's see. It's just anxious apprehension. Just get away from her. Okay. Can I use the machine?
Give me my coffee, you jerk!
Not coming any closer until the angry woman leaves. Alright, well, let's head straight over to the office this time. And see how it plays out with the receptionist.
Yes. Now turn right, and then immediately take a slight left. Hold on, I've got someone on another line.
She presses a button on the phone.
Hello, reception. What can I do for you, Dr. Fink?
Did she just...
Okay.
Oh, she flipped the bird at him, I think.
Yes, he's here. Of course, no problem.
As he noticed his missing whiskey. In an instant, the realization dawns on you. Because of your panicked outburst at the end of the session, Dr. Fink must just have warned the receptionist of your condition. Tipsy, wink at her. She winks back at you, then smiles as she touches the button again.
Hey, listen. I have to go now, so let's... I know. We'll have to manage without it today. I know. Sorry. Bye. Hello, Mr. Harrow. How are you? Are you ready to check in? Everything is in perfect order. Don't you worry a bit about anything.
Thank you. You're welcome. Let's get you into your room.
So, number 6. That's the last one on the second floor. Everything is prepared for you, and this is your keycard.
Thank you. Reach towards the keycard. You stretch your arm politely, hoping she'll hand you the card, but she's completely ignoring your gesture and excitedly waving it
You're
around.
confused by this. You were expecting an old-fashioned key, weren't you? Well, we've decided to modernize for a number of reasons. You must be very tired. Perhaps I'll tell you about it some other time. It's a really interesting story.
Yes, I'm exhausted.
Here, I'll just need your signature.
Tipsy, draw a stick figure.
All right. Thank you.
She barely manages not to laugh, apparently not realizing that you've just evaded whichever legal trap they want to put you in.
I'm here if you need anything. Enjoy your stay.
Bye. Okay, let's head up to the room. We could try the knob, right? Just to let me see if it's locked. Half expecting it to work. It's locked. Okay, unlock. Same stuff. Let's unpack again. I'm not going to... All this stuff is the same, so I'm not going to read that every time, but it's talking about being terrified by unpacking. Why am I afraid of unpacking? Perhaps you're scared of what you might find inside. Or maybe worried that by unpacking you accept that you're going to stay here for some time. They're going to keep me here forever, aren't they? Yes. Perhaps I could relax a bit in the armchair instead. Alright, that's different. Sit down. As soon as your buttocks touch the frayed armchair seat, tiredness overwhelms you. Coming to this nowhere motel to attend therapy you don't need has drained you both physically and mentally. All you want is to sleep, but unnerving restlessness is gnawing at you from the inside, like a colony of termites munching on a piece of dead wood. Stare at your suitcase. What a pitiful, inert object. It's full of my stuff. Stuff, clothes, phone charger, toothbrush might as well be empty, but it isn't. And it won't ever be without your help. Let's mess with our phone this time. Scroll through your feed. Let's see if it's different or the same. But every post it's like you've already seen it before. Same old, same old. Check who's calling. What happens if we ignore it this time? You silence your phone as the mystery of the caller's identity gently teases you. Eventually, bored and tired of looking down at the tiny screen, you put the phone down, finally admitting it won't help you sleep. Alright. Let's try and sleep. For a precious moment, there's only darkness, but images start flashing quickly without your consent. A veritable carousel of impressions and experiences. Okay, so we've got these other ones, but they're still there. They're just as they were. But we've got 3 new ones. 3 new ones anymore? 3 new ones. Judging by the careless driving you just witnessed, the man is either... Okay, so yeah, this is the driver. Seems to be in a hurry. A hurry to break his neck, perhaps? When did this happen? This evening, but later. We're remembering things from our previous experience. For a split second, the whole world was exploding, but it was just a thunderclap. At least my reflexes still work. What is your heart from the sudden shock? In the fiery sky. Get away. And suddenly, everything happened again. Everything again, but nothing after. The meaning of what you've just experienced is still hard to grasp. Is this some weird deja vu? The memory seems so real, and yet these things clearly never happened. Have you actually gone completely mad? And were they were right to send you to Dr. Fink? What if the careless driver really does show up? What if lightning actually strikes the motel and the night sky turns red? Memory or fantasy? Is this the real life? How could you remember something that is yet to happen? Then again, why would you imagine events so specific? Not enough willpower. You want to get up and find out if these strange memories will play out in reality, or if it all is the fever dream of a lunatic. Yet, you can't. It's all too much. All you really want to do is forget you ever had these weird visions. To forget about being here. To forget about the incident. Stay in the armchair forever. Am I waiting for something to happen? Guess so. I can't click on anything. Close eyes again. As soon as you close your eyes, the images return, chasing one another. You can't seem to calm down until at last you open your eyes again. Oh well, back to the phone, I suppose. Hands on again. Play a quick match of obnoxiously loud game. Playing this game right now, for some reason, feels unsettling. This was supposed to be relaxing. Not your fault, you're simply too nervous to play a stressful game like this right now. For some time your focus fades away and you put the phone down. Oh yeah, the purple pill. Let's do the purple pill. Wait a second, are you sure it's a good idea to swallow this mysterious pill so soon after drinking alcohol? I have literally no choice. Swallowing a pill with any water is not a pleasant task, true, but getting up only to get some water definitely feels like too much of an effort. Force it down your throat. Using saliva as a lubricant, you help the purple capsule find its way into your stomach. You have no idea how long it'll take until its effects kick in, so there's nothing to do but wait. Close eyes. You expect the images to return again any moment. But gradually your thoughts begin to slow down and your consciousness lightens its feverish grip on you. Dramatic. No turmoil. Status lost. Anxious apprehension. Ooh. What else? Was it the purple pill? Or was it the numb night? Doesn't matter, nothing matters. Embrace the sweet relief. Like a leaf on the wind, you're tossed this way and that. For a while, apparently. What's going on? Oh. What is this? A tiny spark of light seems to have taken root deep inside you. It must have broken away from that mighty forked bolt of the brightest lightning you ever saw earlier. A spark without shape, but still without purpose, but full of potential. The sound of the loudest thunder jerks you out of your slumber. The speck of energy, now fully grown, is pulsing in your chest. You remember this feeling. We've lost total lack of motivation. Sometimes all it takes is a spark with gained willpower. Continue. It's got a little thing here, but we'll wait for this stuff to finish. As you finally recognize what it is, your pathetic attempt at forgetting about what you experienced earlier is shattered. Oh, we've got like a mind palace. So should we click on this time? Attention acquired. You have to find out if the careless driver showed up again. You must know if the sky will really be set ablaze. You need to see if everything will happen again, and if it does, you need to remember. Get up. Alright, let's leave the room and see if stuff's gonna happen. The rain has slackened off and you see nothing out of the ordinary, nothing you could put your finger on. The careless driver visited the motel. He's surely left already while you were sleeping. Oh, I should have found the strength to get up earlier. There. It's not your fault. You were incapacitated. Investigate strange occurrences. Glance towards the parking lot. As you stare at the reflections on the wet, dark asphalt, the memory begins unfolding in your mind again. He enters the car, starts the engine, and then he hits the transformer while driving in reverse, smashing his rear light before driving away in a cloud of smoke. There'd be broken glass down there. If it really happened, you may be able to find some evidence. That's right. Let's go look. I can run if I double click. As you come close to the transformer, you immediately notice a couple of red plastic shards. Look at them. There are several small ones scattered all around, translucent triangles and rhomboids. The largest of them is lying right next to the transformer, shiny and wet, boldly staring at you from the dirty asphalt. Investigate the largest shard. This shard is obviously part of a broken taillight. This means he's been here already. There's no other option. Indecisive. Or is there? It could have been lying here for days from some other vehicle. Yeah. Could be. Only there was a way to know for sure. Oh, wow. The sky's going! Intention completed. Everything happened again. And then, before you can wrap your head around all this, the skies are once again set ablaze, exactly as you remembered, only confusing you even further. What will happen now? Will you find yourself back at Dr. Fink's office in a moment? Will you remember anything? Or was this a one-time thing, and the evening will now continue as if nothing had happened? Befuddled, you cast your gaze on your wristwatch. It's 8:47 p.m. I feel like we are going to be back in the doctor's office, but we've lost our total lack of motivation. The frenetic sound of the alarm nudges you back to the present. Great! Well, I think, yeah, we lost Tipsy and our anxiousness and our lack of motivation. But I'm going to leave it there for this, I think, actually. I really enjoyed this. This is good fun and a bit trippy. I like the time loop thing, you know, each time stuff affects you, so you act differently the next time. I think that's really cool. I'm interested to see if, like, the different opening status effects here do different things in your choices. Like, if you went in very impulsive and extroverted, presumably things would play out a little bit differently. But yeah, awesome. So when this comes out, I'll definitely be playing this on the channel. This demo build is going to be hitting Steam on, I believe, the 5th of March. So this is coming out. I'll be publishing this probably about a week ahead of that. So next week, keep an eye for this if you're interested. Awesome. Thanks again to Owlcat Games for the key. That was really appreciated. As I said, I've been looking forward to this one for quite a while, so it was great to finally get my hands on it. And yeah, liked what I saw. Definitely, there's definitely a good mystery there. Not only in terms of the flashing lights and the time loop stuff, but also, you know, what's going on with this guy? What did he do? How did he end up in this situation? I'm looking forward to finding out more about all those mysteries as well. So yeah, awesome. So I'll leave it there. As I said, thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, if you could hit that like button, that'd be fantastic. Do leave a comment as well. Let me know what you thought about this demo. Is it something you'd look forward to watching me play on the channel? Is it something you might check out for yourself? Let me know. And if you're watching this and still not subscribed to the channel, if you could do that as well, that'd be fantastic. So thanks very much, and I hope to see you elsewhere on Boring Dad Gaming for other games and other playthroughs. Bye for now.